This week we dived into Australia's top end, from the serene gorges of Nitmiluk to the cascading waterfalls of Litchfield. We immersed ourselves in the incredible nature of the Northern Territory. But just as we were hitting our stride, our van Meeka threw us a curveball. Yet another major repair left us stranded, this time in Darwin. So instead of hitting the road, we decided to embrace the unexpected pause and try to tackle our much-needed to-do list. Join us as we navigate the highs and lows of van life in Australia's beautiful top end. Good morning and a happy Sunday! It's a new vlog and you're here with me, Brandy, and Ben! I don't know, that kind of sounded like the radio book that I've been reading. Maybe that got into me just a little bit there. Good morning, guys. If you're new here, welcome back to Moonstone Chariot. As I said, I'm Brandy and that's Ben, our driver for the day and for always. We are currently in Catherine, Northern Territory. The van is waking up quite a bit. She needs to get up to temperature. We are currently on our way to Nitmiluk. I hope that I'm saying that correctly. That is the name of the national park here in Catherine in the NT. I am really excited to go to Nitmiluk just in general because it looks gorgeous. It's made up of 13 different gorges and we're going to be going on a boat tour today to see two of them. There is a little bit of a walking path in between them that we have to take from one boat to the second boat. And then after that, we are going on like a 3.5-hour hike, possibly. There's a pretty lookout that I want to get to, and that might be part of a smaller track, or that might be half of the longer track. I'm not sure yet. So we'll figure it out as we go. But it is so crazy that we are literally 2 days away from Darwin. 2 days ago, we were in Alice, or in Uluru, actually. So we're moving along pretty well. And we hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. I think the one thing that keeps surprising us on this trip is just how vast and how different the climates are here in Australia. Today is by far the hottest day we've experienced since leaving Cairns. And as much as we're babies when it comes to the cold, we were not prepared for this heat. The boat tour was amazing, and our tour guide was extremely knowledgeable. This is Darwin country, and we got to learn so much about the Dreamtime stories that they have about the creation of these gorges. Ben and I did have to sit separately on the first leg of the boat tour, but because there is a walking path, it is quite easy to get to the second boat quicker than others without having to run or rush or push people out of your way. And so we were able to get a very, very beautiful view of the second gorge. We even spotted a freshwater crocodile. Around this time of year, they should be being seen a lot more as they're coming up to the surface to get a little bit more heat from the sun. But like I said, today was a very hot day, so it was cool that we got to see the one. After lunch, we did the Barruwe loop, but we didn't do the full loop. This trail is named after the last known Aboriginal leader to live a completely authentic life to their culture. And it takes you up to this beautiful lookout, although please note it is a very steep climb up these stairs. We've been doing so many hikes lately, we thought this would be nothing, but the heat really did get to us, so we just sat at the top for a while. And this is actually where we took the time to calculate all of our finances for our finance video. We hung out around the visitor center for a little while and then we headed to camp where we saw an absolutely beautiful sunset, and we did see 2 kangaroos, but I didn't get any video of that. Good morning and happy Monday! It is currently 8:57. We've just done our first hike of the day. We went to Edith Falls. Because of unseasonably wet season, the hike was closed up to a certain point, so we were only able to get so far. But it was still beautiful. We didn't get to swim at Edith Falls, unfortunately. It's just the name of the game this year. It is June 2nd. Most things look like they're opening up mid-June from the national park's websites, but obviously if there's another rain occurrence, they have to push that back even further, but I digress. We are currently heading up to another gorge. I think the gorge is technically still in Catherine, or Nitmiluk National Park. And then we'll be going up the 3 hours up to Litchfield. That is the last national park that we will be hitting before we head up to Darwin. We are staying in a campground tonight because it was actually closer and cheaper than going to the free campsite, at least in gas and all of that. We are going to try to knock off at least 2 things in the Litchfield National Park today. If we can do more, we will try, because basically the next stop is Darwin and we are staying at a campground there as well. We did our budget for May yesterday on one of our hikes, and we blew through quite a bit of money, which we will share with you in our monthly budget video that should be coming out for this video, but check that out if you haven't already. So staying at campgrounds we're gonna try to do less of, but when you get towards these big cities there's really not much of an option, and we're gonna take Meeka to the mechanic to at least get an oil change and a nice little service. There are a few things that we're a little concerned about that we might have them look at, but we will see. The next stop is, and I'm gonna butcher this name, I am so sorry, Gorge National Park. No, Gorge Nature Park. And that is about an hour away from where we are right now. So I'm gonna try to edit last week's weekly vlog while we're driving. Hello! So we have made it to Wangi Falls, or Wangi Falls. I'm assuming it's probably Wangi, but it could be completely not anything that I'm saying. We did try to go to Gorge Nature Park, and the road looked like this. And we crossed over an amount of water that looked like this. So we decided to not do that because it was probably going to add 2 hours to our day because the roads were pretty rough and corrugated. So we are now in Litchfield National Park. We just made some lunch in the van and we are now at Wangi Falls. We are going down to the water right now. We are pretty much here. There are the possibility of saltwater and freshwater crocodiles here, but I mean, it is packed. There are so many people swimming here, and I definitely think that I will be getting in. Ben, do you think you'll be getting in?
Maybe.
He said a maybe. Wangi Falls is definitely one of those places that you put on an itinerary and you think that, oh, I'll only need this much time at this location. And then you get there and you wish that you had scheduled a full incomplete day just in this one spot. We absolutely loved this little swimming hole. It is the most popular swimming hole in Litchfield, so says the National Park's website at least. And it makes sense. It's the most accessible. It has a campground. It has very, very nice facilities such as toilets, barbecues, picnic tables, and the water is so nice. Ben would say it's on the colder side, but with how hot it was, we were both happy to cool off. It gets quite deep quite fast, so if you are traveling, I also suggest some kind of flotation device. A lot of people had those trusted, true Australian pool noodles as well here. The water is pretty clear, but takes on more of that green hue instead of the blue that we've been seeing near Catherine. We were gonna do the falls walk. That's about a 1.6 kilometer hike, and we started doing it, getting all the way up to the lookout. But after climbing those steep steps, and after having been in Catherine the day before, we were okay with skipping out on the hike and just taking a dip in the water. After leaving Wangi Falls, we headed over to Tolmer Falls. This is a waterfall you cannot swim at, but the view is still breathtaking. There is a hike, but we chose to just do the simple stroll out onto the lookout deck. Once we were done at Tolmer Falls, we headed to the Termite Mounds, which was an extra stop for today. It's really nicely set up and has some information signs at the front, but honestly and unfortunately, I was pretty underwhelmed by this situation. I feel like you see way cooler termite mounds just driving through Litchfield compared to what we could see from the lookout platforms. And then we were on to our campground, where we got once again a very beautiful sunset that lit up the van in this most beautiful way that I could not get over. And basically I spent the rest of the night editing, and editing just a little bit more.
Good morning. It is Tuesday at like 7:30 something in the morning. We woke up from our camp and got up early, and we drove over to Buley Rockholes and Florence Falls. These are the last things that we technically need to do in the Litchfield National Park. We might actually just go back to Wangi Falls today, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how much time we end up spending at this watering hole instead. It's supposed to be a really pretty one, and then after that we'll go on our little hike. And I believe Florence Falls, there's actually a few places you can swim there too. So hopefully when the sun comes up, it warms up a little bit and we go for some nice swims.
Good morning. As Ben said, we're at Buley Rockhole, and I'm really excited because these rock holes are absolutely gorgeous. If you park at the Buley Rockhole parking lot, which is quite small for how beautiful it is, in my opinion, it is about a 500-meter walk down to the rock holes. There is also a hike from here to Florence Falls, so if you have to, you can park at Florence Falls parking lot and walk all the way over here. It's about a 3.2 kilometer walk. It takes about an hour and a half to do, depending on your pace and your timing on that. I know we get up super early to pack in as many of these activities and these experiences as we can in a specific day, but it still baffles me how many times we get these beautiful places all to ourselves. We hung out at the rock holes taking pictures and swimming around for probably about an hour to an hour and a half before the first person showed up. And by then it was time for me to get out of the water so that we could start our hike down to Florence Falls. The hike down to Florence Falls is very nice, and in my opinion, quite easy. That is until you get to the lookout. The lookout to Florence Falls is very beautiful as well. And luckily, if you come from the rock holes to Florence Falls and decide to do the full loop, you only have to go down the stairs instead of back up the stairs. So that was another reason why we were pushed to do the entire loop trail. There were quite a few people already swimming at Florence Falls, which, as much as I say I love having the space all to ourselves, when it comes to swimming, it is nice to have other people swimming around you. It just makes me feel like the water conditions are just a little bit safer when there are more people swimming around you. This spot was actually a little colder than the rock holes, but still very beautiful. Litchfield is very spoiled by all of these gorgeous water holes. After about a 30-minute dip in the water, I got out and began to dry off so that we could finish our loop back to the rock holes and back to where our van was parked. Leaving Florence Falls, I feel like you're immediately transported into this amazing tropical oasis. And it makes sense. With water that flows all year long, there are so many tropical plants that are able to prosper. It truly made us laugh though, because with how many kilometers we've gone, it felt like we were just right back in tropical North Queensland. We considered taking a second dip at the rock holes, but once we got back, there were probably 40 or 60 people there. So we decided to call it, go back to the van, and start to make lunch. From here, we decided to head straight towards Darwin, stopping at Berry Springs along the way. We really enjoyed Berry Springs. It wasn't as warm as we had expected, but this beautiful waterfall brought in warm water from above and created this lazy river that could carry you from the first pool all the way down to the second and third pool. We mostly hung out in the first pool as it was nice and shallow, but did take our turn floating down to the second pool. Unfortunately, the water was pretty low, so we hit ourselves on quite a few rocks. This is another location where I would suggest a pool noodle. Good morning and happy Thursday. Wow, have things changed. Today was supposed to be a reset day and we were going to go to the Sunset Night Market here in Darwin. But yesterday we got some decently not fun news. It's not like the worst news ever because it's all fixable. And at the end of the day, as long as it's fixable, it's doable, right? Sort of, kind of. You saw us drop the van off at the mechanic, and that was good. We were dropping her off for a big service, so not just an oil change, but oil change, check the fluids, brake, mass airflow, fan, and that kind of stuff. While she was at the mechanic, they found that her entire engine was covered in diesel. They think fuel injector number 3 needs to be replaced, which means that they're replacing all 4 of them. It's a whole thing, and it's going to cost us $5,000. Actually a little more because we also paid for the service. So yesterday paid for the service. It was like $710 plus I had to put the deposit down for all of the parts that they have to order from both Melbourne and Brisbane. Oh, and the big kicker is that Monday is a holiday here. So it is Thursday now. We're supposed to be leaving Darwin tomorrow, heading towards Kakadu. But now we're stuck here. We did apply for 2 days worth of work at like a show, carnival. I don't think they've texted Ben back, but that would be 2 days worth of work, which would be nice to just pick up since we're already here. We're supposed to check out of here tomorrow morning, and we're thinking that we're gonna drive about an hour and a half south to a free campsite that seems to be a place that you can park at for multiple days. If we got the work for the 2 days, then we would extend here because it would make sense. But I don't know. If you're ever watching our stuff and you think, wow, they really know their stuff, they really know what they're doing, please know that most of the time it's improvised. Yesterday was a big pity party, honestly, because as you'll see in our May report, we spent a little bit more than we should have in May, mostly because of van repairs, and now here we are in June, and the van repairs is more than our entire month's budget for everything that we budget for. So we're figuring it out. We're getting there. We're gonna do what needs to be done. Today we're still going to try to get a ton of stuff done. We're feeling more motivated today than we were yesterday, and we're going to try to get a lot of work done. So I've got my laptop out. I'm going to finish last week's vlog and upload that today, and then I'm going to write some scripts for some short form videos. Maybe I'll film our budget report if I can get it to happen, and then just a lot of admin stuff. We need to clean up the back still from all of the red dirt from central Australia, make a grocery list, that kind of stuff. So we're working through it, but Meeka's gonna need some big bucks for some TLC, apparently. So we decided to stay in Darwin. We actually ended up extending at the same campground we were already at. It honestly just made the most sense, and luckily it was on the cheaper side compared to what we have seen. Because of the way that we extended, we did have to vacate the spot that we were currently in, so we took this opportunity to pack everything up and head into town one last time before we sat for a week waiting for our mechanic appointment. This included trips to Anaconda, Bunnings, Woolies, and Kmart. And once we got all of our necessities and all our errands run, we went back to the campground and set up for the long week, even pulling out our awning, our camping chairs, and our mat, which we don't get to do very often, trying to make the most of this not-so-great situation.
Hello team and happy Saturday. It is the last day of this week's vlog. We have been just trying to cross off as many things as we can on our to-do list today. We've been doing it mostly right here in the van. I think in a little bit we're actually going to go to the pool and try to do some stuff on our phones because it is extremely hot up here and that is the only way to stay cool. So we're very grateful we have the pool right now. Some of those things on that to-do list included just kind of wrapping our heads around our socials, making some ads, stuff like that, editing some videos, and then cleaning up the van as much as we can. We've been doing really good, little by little, just cleaning each section of the van, reorganizing it, making sure there's more space. We just bought some new stuff yesterday, so I've got to figure out where to put the butane heater in here somewhere until we need it. We don't need it right now. It's too hot for that, but we will. We will need it. We definitely could have used it when we were down in Uluru. But that is pretty much our plan for the rest of the day. Hang out by the pool and continue to get some stuff done, make some dinner, and maybe do the same thing tomorrow.
And that's our weekly vlog.
That is our weekly vlog.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We know that it kind of went off the rails just slightly, but, you know, that's life on the road.
Tune in next week to see if we get back to life on the road.
Or if we're stuck in Darwin just a little bit longer. Thank you guys, as always. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're not already. And we hope you have a great week, a great day, and we will see you soon.